Hey, and welcome to another episode of The Driveway. Today we're going to be taking a look at this F150 Lightning Pro standard range. So I took some delivery of this about, 3 days ago or so, and wanted to create a little video for those who were going to be looking at the Pro and try to understand really the differences between this and the upper end trims like the Lariat and the Platinum that you see all over the place right now. And those are getting a lot of the attention, and rightfully so, but I think there's really some great value here in the Pro that a lot of people are going to be interested in. So starting right off here, from the front is probably the easiest way to determine which model you're looking at. So unlike the ICE F-150s, all of the Lightnings are not going to require a pass-through in the grille here. So they're all going to be solid, right? And the Pro here is sort of denoted by the lack of a light bar going across here. In the other models, you'll see that, and that's sort of the signature grille that you'll hear quite a bit about, and rightfully so. It's nice. It looks good. Here, it's a little bit more in line with what you've seen in the past, and that has that matte black plastic kind of carried through the design of the Pro all around here that you might not see in some of the other trims. Coming around the side, you'll see the mirror caps are also in that black, as well as the handles themselves, and the 18-inch wheels. They're nice. I wasn't crazy about them at first, but after having them in person, they do look a bit better. Obviously, with a little bit more rubber there, you'll get a better ride, and obviously, as well, the lower unsprung weight contributes to better range, which in an EV situation is a good thing, right? So coming around the back, you'll see the much talked about independent rear suspension here is really going to make a big difference in the ride quality compared to what you've perhaps used to in the more traditional models. And you've heard Ford talk ad nauseum as well about the fact that this tailgate is exactly the same as the ICE. So you'll go ahead and find that all the same accessories you used in the past are going to work here as well. And you've seen the Pro Power onboard. So this is the lower amount of kilowatt hours compared to some of the upper end trims, but still gets the job done for most people. The tailgate is not dampened, but you can obviously get that added as well later on. And on the rear here, you don't get the full LED light bar, but for me, I don't see that as too big of a deal. The rear lights here are all LED as well. Nice and standard across the entire line with the Lightning emblem sort of popping off, which is kind of cool in itself. And the only real option on this truck besides the the step on the tailgate is the 360-degree camera that comes part of the tow package. So that's nice as well. Stepping inside from the Pro, it's quite a nice place to be, honestly. It's a lot of hard plastics, but they're nicely designed. You can see here some of the gray has a little bit of texture, which makes it look a little bit more welcoming. You have your 12-inch screen, which is standard on the Lightning with an upgrade to the 15-inch. And frankly, the 12 is huge, and it gives you all this accessibility to the buttons here, which a lot of folks like quite a bit better. We can still do this sort of nifty folding shifter here, but without the work surface, I'm not quite sure what the point of this is. But it does exist, so maybe one day they'll have an aftermarket option where we can kind of put something on there to work on. But coming across here, it's a nice place to be. These vinyl seats, though, they're not the best, they're not the worst, is kind of how I see it. And the biggest problem I have is they lack lumbar support, which is a bit of an issue for me. There's some there, but I think there might be some options if you wanted to kind of add either catskin leather. They have some options there that might make it a little bit more padded, which could help, as well as the other problem with vinyl seats is just the lack of perforation and ventilation. So these get a little bit hot in the summertime. And coming through here, the other piece that I was somewhat worried about is the steering wheel. It's plastic. It's not as bad as the XLs in the past than the ICE versions, but it's livable. In the past, I've upgraded my steering wheels to either the Raptor or the Lariats in the past, and that's probably what I'll end up doing here. It's a nice steering wheel, but it could be a bit better. The Pro does come with push to start, which is nice. You get the full LED screen there, as well as on the front here. So you're not really missing too much from the other upgraded versions, to be honest. I mean, better stereos. I know the Platinum has the big speakers built into the headrest, which is cool. And you know, that's obviously part of the $92,000 you're spending for a Platinum. Here, I think out the door, it's about $43,000. So if you ask me, there's some money to be spent on aftermarket parts if you want to bring it up to spec a little bit. But you know, as far as a screaming deal, I think this Pro really, they nailed it. And with the standard range, you get about 230 miles on a charge. I've seen about a little over 2.2 to 2.3 kilowatt hours on my battery, which would net me about 230 miles. So as you most likely are aware, the party trick as well for the Lightning is this front trunk, the Mega Power Frunk, as they call it. So this is enormous. There's no two ways about it. And coming in here, as you've seen in other videos, this folds up. I currently have a bit of equipment here, and then that's the charger that comes with it. The standard range does not come with the wall charger, but we do get the mobile connection, as well as all the standard power outlets that you've seen. So that's a quick walk around of the Ford F150 Lightning Pro standard range. Again, incredibly impressed with this. It's fast, it's smooth, it's quiet. And this is coming from someone who had a 2018 F150 Platinum in the past, and this blows it out of the water. There's not even a comparison. Now, you know, I don't do any towing, which is maybe one of the major issues with these EV trucks, but for me, this is perfect, and you know, I think it's a vehicle that I'll be keeping for a long time. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and if you found this video helpful, hit the like button and subscribe to the Driveway for more. Thank you.